Hi babies, what's Gucci? It's your girl Tahani, back at it again on YouTube. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. If not, welcome back. Today is day 9 on the countdown for 12 days of Christmas. I feel like I've been going pretty strong. Feel me? I feel like I've been on my grind, doing what I gotta do. Feel me? I know a lot of y'all, a few of y'all are in my comments talking about I hope we get videos next year. Like, no baby, I'm starting now. You already knew I've been going strong for the past few days. Feel me? And it, like he said, ain't no falling off. Heck yeah, I'm on that grind, I'm in that mode, I'm getting active. So for today's plan, I want to make you guys a cutesy little holiday dip that we are going to be making today. It is one of my favorites. It is very traditional because obviously I'm just that type of traditional girl. That's just who I am. That's how I was raised since I was born. I'm trying to put my jewelry on right now. I had to take it off because I had an audition for acting and the character just didn't call for my jewelry pieces, so I was like, let me take this off. But now I'm putting him back on. I'm so excited that we have been going so freaking strong, feel me? And for tomorrow, I have something so exciting planned. I'm gonna have a special guest. I'm literally going to have a special guest and I'm so freaking excited. You guys will be seeing it tomorrow. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm also really freaking hungry, which is making me even more anxious to make this holiday dip. Like, maybe your family already has the recipe for this type of dip because it is very, very popular. However, nobody makes it the way I make it. And that's that. So what I'm going to do really quickly is just do a light makeup. You know, just because I'm going to be on camera all day today. And I'm not trying to beat my face because it is too hot. Y'all, I'm in California. Y'all know that. Born and raised, duh. But, West Side. Born and raised, you already know that. However, I am not used to the fact that it's 80 degrees and Christmas is in less than a week. Or Christmas is in a little over a week. How is it 80 degrees? How? So this is my this is my, feel me? Like, y'all knew who I was when you met me, okay? Like, I'm just a Cali girl. I can't help it. I really can't. It's really just in me. It's not even on me. So right now I'm gonna go in with my eyebrows. Lately, I just got back into kind of slightly feathering out my eyebrows. I've always like feathered my eyebrows. However, for a while I used to fill them in all the time, and then now for like a big chunk of time I literally stopped filling them in because I'm like, this is getting ridiculous. Like, I need my eyebrows to grow out because my eyebrows were so baby when I was in that like 2016 makeup phase. They were so baby. Like, I'm talking, they didn't have no color. You know, like that trend that people were doing where it literally looks like they dye their eyebrows blonde. Like, imagine me, but I didn't even have to dye my eyebrows blonde. Imagine they were just light as heck. And then as I started going through puberty, my eyebrows started to darken, and then, you know, just get a little thicker, start to grow more, and then I actually had eyebrow hair. For the first time in my life, I had eyebrow hair, and I was like, what is this? So then I got, you know, a little too excited, and I started not filling in my brows at all. But now I'm back in that mode where I kind of just like the front of my brows to just be a little bit fuller. And then what I'll do is I'll take like a very light concealer and just go in. Not too much though, like literally so light. And I'll just kind of clean it up a little bit. I used to do this all the time back in the day, and then I stopped for probably like 3 years. I hadn't filled in my brows. Like, I'm talking even when I would go on red carpets, like I was like, that was just not part of my makeup routine. If like I was doing my own makeup, which I usually always do my own makeup for like events, because I just like to like get it done. I'm not trying to sit there all day. I'll get my makeup done on set, feel me? But yeah, so now that is my eyebrow journey, and I'm glad you guys tuned into that, because I'm very extremely proud of my eyebrows. Like, you have no clue how proud I am. They came such a long way, and don't worry, I am not finished. In my makeup routine, I really feel like I just jump all over the place. Like, we just went from, well, not really, because concealer. It's just different concealers. I use like different things for different things. You know? Different things for different things. Alright. But I'm not going to go too heavy or crazy today. But what I do need to do is blend in the eyebrow concealer. Just like that. Can y'all let me know, like, what is your favorite Christmas movie? Because I have truly been in the biggest Christmas spirit. Like, and I really thought this year, like, beat me up and slapped me and made me get run over by a bus and everything. However, like, this is probably going to be such a positive Christmas. Just how fast things turned around. Like, I'm telling y'all, end of November to beginning of December, I was going through it, to say the least. Like, just in all aspects of life. It wasn't even one like particular section of my life. It was literally across the board. It was across the board. I was going through it. But how fast that stuff turned around is insane. Like, you just never know. You truly never know, like, what God has in store for you. And I'm such a huge Christ believer. I'm a huge believer in Christ, so obviously I always talk about him, put him first. If you ever want advice from me, 9 times out of 10 I will be mentioning something about my Lord, because yeah, you know, he's the biggest. He be doing the biggest. He's the biggest. He's the most respected in my life. So anyways, I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm just saying my God is so real. You know, I obviously am not trying to push anything onto you guys, because I don't really know everything about where y'all stand with your beliefs and how religious you are and everything like that. But yeah, just know he be working overtime all throughout the night while I'm asleep. He be working, and wow, is he incredible. Wow, I love how empowered I was just to talk about him right now. That was amazing. I really feel good about that. But yeah, now we're just, you know, blending up my concealers. And then we're going to get into making this yummy guacamole. I finally said it. We are making guacamole today. This is my favorite type of dip whenever I'm at any type of gathering, get together, dinner, that it makes sense for me to have guacamole, I will. The only weird thing is like sometimes I have to be careful with avocados, because they be making me a little nauseous, and I don't know why. I don't know if like it's the texture thing, because I am a texture person, I'm not gonna lie. Like even certain watermelon, like eating like certain fruits, watermelon, sometimes tomatoes, grapes, like anything with that type of like texture that could possibly be mushy really fucks me up. Like I don't know why, I don't know how, I don't even know when that came about, but I just remember for the longest time I was eating Chipotle kind of like non-stop. Like Chipotle was a necessity in my everyday routine, which is insane. But back in the day, I used to dance so much, and I used to have so many dance classes and rehearsals and this and school and all of this extra stuff, that the only thing that I feel like was a good in and out type of meal was Chipotle, especially because I got my rice, I got my protein, like I got all of that in one. And I could switch it up. I could get a burrito, I could get a quesadilla, I could get a bowl, I could get a salad, I could get whatever the heck I want, some tacos if I want to. I don't really eat the tacos too much, but you feel me? Like you can switch it up. So I was eating so much Chipotle that I literally had to take a break from Chipotle, because every time I would get like a quarter into my bowl, I would just get nauseous. And I'd be like, what is that from? Like, what is that? And I think that it ended up, one, being because I'm the type of person, I can't eat the same thing over and over and over again for a certain amount of days. Like even my leftovers, like if I cook something and then I have leftovers the next day, 9 times out of 10 I'm not eating it that day, but I'm eating it the next day. Like I don't know why, I just have to like switch it up, because I don't know, like even with leftovers at restaurants, like I eat all of my food. Like I'm not gonna lie, like it's a rare sighting that I actually have leftovers. And when I do, like of course I take them home, but I end up not eating them and somebody else will eat them, because I personally just can't do it. Like I can't get myself to do it, depending on what it is. Like if it's something I could just throw into the air fryer, that is so different. But like something that's like I'm supposed to eat right then and there, I just can't. Like y'all, I just can't. I don't know what it is. I don't know I'm like this. I don't know. Because trust me, like obviously the way I grew up, I did have to eat a lot of the same meals over and over and over again. You know, we didn't have whatever. That's a whole nother situation. But it's like all of a sudden, like now I'm too what? Like I'm too cool to be re-eating some food that I ate yesterday. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't. But it's not even like that. It's the fact that I literally can't stomach it. Like my stomach literally can't. Like my stomach recognizes this food, processes the fact that I literally just had it, and I can't. Like let's say I eat Wingstop today and my friends are like, oh my gosh, like we're hanging out, we're outside, whatever. Not that I go outside much, but you feel me, just giving you the setting. Let's say they're like, oh yeah, we're going to Wingstop today. I'm gonna be like, okay, well, bet y'all go to Wingstop, I'll probably have to go to In-N-Out. I can't. Like I literally can't. I don't know what it is. If you guys deal with this too, like please let me know, because truly I don't know where it came from, how it came about. And then I took a break from Chipotle for about 2 years. Yes, bro, I'm telling you, 2 years straight. Yes, I know, it's crazy. Because y'all probably thinking like, oh, she just stopped eating it for a month. Or no, 2 years. I didn't step a foot into Chipotle. And then all of a sudden, you know, Chipotle came about like 2 years later. And I was like, okay, like, I'll just slowly but surely, you know, eat it when I crave it, instead of like it being like a necessity. Because obviously I wasn't, you know, I didn't have that type of schedule anymore. So yeah, that is basically why avocados I have to be careful with. I didn't expect to go on like a whole tangent about that, but honestly it really helped me finish my makeup a lot faster. And yeah, so if you have any type of like sensitivity to avocados, tomatoes, watermelon, grapes, please let me know, because I still eat the stuff. Like I still love a good tomato on my burger. Like I still love guacamole. I still will drink a watermelon juice to a certain extent, but I can feel myself, like, I can feel when I need to stop because my stomach starts getting super nauseous. Like, it's sick. Like, I can't even explain how, like, I feel. But yeah, I probably shouldn't be talking like that, especially since we are about to make some guacamole. But good thing I have people coming over so they can eat it too, because I'm already knowing I'm not going to be able to eat this whole thing by myself because my stomach simply cannot stomach it. And it's just so sad. The only thing I truly like don't eat for real that I get nauseous of is grapes. Like, anything grape, I'm just not a fan of. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yes, I know I'm black, like, whatever, but I can't. Y'all want to go with the stereotypical type of thing, like, that's one thing, but I just can't. Even like grape soda, like, ooh, nah. Y'all drinking cough syrup, but like literally that actual grape, there's only one way you can get me to actually eat a grape, and that's literally only if it's frozen. And I think that works in my mind because the skin is not, and like the actual grape isn't mushy or, you know, anything like that. It's not like a texture thing, so I can eat it and be fine. I could just only eat so many. It's so weird. Like, I'm telling you, the more you know and the more in tune you are with your body, like, you just find out so many different things that affect you. Like, and then once you know, either stop or cut them out, or you're just kind of like, yeah, I definitely didn't need that. Like, I don't even need to eat this because I don't have like strict diet or anything. Like, I literally don't diet at all. So yeah, it's really not that hard. But I will say, it is good to know and learn your body and listen to it, because your body is the only thing in this world that lasts, that will always be there for you until it can't anymore, like physically and even mentally. So you really got to take care of your body. Now all we're gonna do is just add a little bit of mascara, and let's go make this guacamole for the holidays. Hi babies, it is officially time to make our guacamole dip for the holidays. So I'm gonna show you everything you need and all the ingredients. First things first, we are in Hani's kitchen for the holidays. So what we're going to need for this guacamole, specifically my recipe, is cilantro. I'm going to use about, I think I'm going to use 3 or 4 avocados. Avocate. I have 2 limes. Serranos. It's basically just like a spicy chili. You can also use raw jalapenos, completely up to you. I'm not using onion for this recipe because personally I like onion, but I just don't feel like it needs to go in my guac. So let's get started. Now I have a container that I'm going to be using and a knife. Please be careful. If you are not used to being in the kitchen, please do not be in the kitchen. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use about 4 avocados. 2 of them I'm going to mash up, and the other one, I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do is just go ahead and blend them. That might sound very weird, but trust me. I have 3 serranos, but I'm pretty sure I'm only going to use, this is a huge one. Wow, look at that. Maybe I'll just use these 2 because I don't want it to be uber spicy. So this is basically like 1 1/2. I'm gonna rinse it off really fast. Also, we'll be using a cutting board. Make sure my workstation is pretty clear. All right, now I'm gonna just cut up my serranos. Just cutting them into small circles. And I don't like them too thick in here as well, because again, these things could be pretty spicy. And depending on everybody's spice tolerance, we don't want them to actually bite into it. Like, I can handle this, but I'm just trying to keep in consideration of other people for the holiday party or wherever you're going to be making this. So, and then I'll just cut all of them in half after that. Just to make sure it's not too big of a chunk. Again, you can definitely use jalapenos. Jalapenos are a lot less spicy than a serrano is, but I personally, if you want to make exactly my recipe, try the serranos because they are so freaking good. Alright, let's cut this one up. I'm actually so hungry too. Also, if you are cutting these and you kind of are cutting them like how I am, please make sure you wash your hands as soon as you're finished cutting them. The last thing that you want to do is touch your eyes or your nose or your mouth. And then, yeah, we don't want you to go to the hospital. These things are very, very, very strong. So I think that's good enough. I don't want to cut too much, and then we'll just literally chop them up like this. Period. Now that that is done, we will cut up our limes. Ooh, the stench is already, before I cut my limes, I always roll them out to make sure the juice is nice and juicy. We don't want no dry limes up in here. And this one, I'm literally just gonna cut one because these look really, really, really juicy. So we're just gonna cut one. Now it's time to go in with our avocado. Please be careful when doing this. Please note that there in the middle of the avocado, there is a seed, it's a pit. And if you have a puppy, do not feed your puppy any of this guacamole. No avocado, no none of that, okay? At all. Don't let any of it fall on the floor. Don't tell them to go grab it. This will hospitalize your puppy, and you do not want to deal with that because the repercussions are obviously awful for the poor pup. So, also what I like to do is I do like to save my pits, and I'll tell you why later. So we'll just make sure we're basically just using a spoon to completely scoop it out. I want you guys to be able to see this. Completely scoop it out. And that is just one full avocado right there. I have my little trash bag. Keep my station pretty clean and sanitary. Next up, we're gonna go in with the next avocado. Oh, see, that one's just falling out of hands. That one's really ripe. And I like to make avocado, especially when I have a lot of avocados that are like ripe and I'm like, dang, I need to like literally eat them now. This is the best recipe to do just like whenever. But also it's a really good recipe for the holidays. And it's pretty cheap as well. Like, you don't have to go to the store and spend an arm and a leg on this recipe, especially if they're like, hey, like, we want you to bring something, but it doesn't have to be like over the top. This is perfect. Because these avocados are so freaking ripe. No, Zai. I might not even have to blend them for real. Ooh, look at that pit. That is such a good pit right there. Let me take a picture. right, and of course you don't need to save every single pit from every avocado you're using. I'm going to save about 2 of them, so just the best looking ones. Now it's time to mash everything up. You can use a fork for this. You can use, depending on how chunky you want it, just put some elbow into it, baby. Put some elbow grease, some elbow. Me personally, I do like my guacamole a little chunky. Like, I don't want it overly soft, you know. So it's okay to have a few little chunkies in there. But you don't want it like overly chunky where every single bite you're just getting a full avocado. Like, that's crazy. Woo! Y'all, look at my bicep right there. It's popping, huh? Our serranos. And I'm literally just going to swipe them in just like that. I kept the seeds in because I can. If you don't want to, you do not have to. If you don't even want to add serranos, you completely don't have to at all. Let me rinse this off. Cut this pretty fine. Also, if you didn't know, cilantro has its smell and taste because not of the leaves of the plant, but the stem. So anybody who just like picks their cilantro, however you want to call it, if you just want to pick it off, you're not going to get the actual flavor. You got to cut it up and really make sure it's all in there. And the best way to pick cilantro is literally by poking the stem and seeing if there's any type of smell. That's how you can tell like how to get the best one. We're gonna go ahead and add this into our mixture. Just like that. And I kind of just eyeball it. You kind of do your preference. If you don't like it at all, then by all means, you don't even have to put it in. Everybody makes their guacamole different. This is just kind of how I go about it. Now I'm gonna add in my limes. Look how juicy this is gonna be. Woo! Just off a, oh, gosh, damn. Just off a squeeze. Heck yeah, baby. Heck yes. I like my guac kind of acidic. So I'm gonna go in with a full lime. You can definitely do it to your taste. Also, you could be tasting this the whole time. Like, nothing about this dip has to cook or anything. And yeah, I just really get in there with the lime juice. Because then what we're gonna do after this is flavor it up with some seasonings. With some Himalayan pink salt, Lawry's of course, garlic powder, and some black pepper. We'll start off with just some Lawry's of course. Not trying to make it too salty or anything, but you definitely want to even out that acidic lime flavor with some seasonings. Go in pretty heavy with the black pepper. And then I'll do a little bit of this Himalayan pink salt now. And then we're gonna mix it all up. So now it's time for flavor. You can, of course, use a traditional little tortilla chips, but I'm going to use Doritos. Actually, I'm gonna use both because I have both. These are the spicy nacho Dorito chips. And basically, just make sure it's all nice and mixed up. Get those corners in. Obviously, it's not the prettiest, but it does taste good. Cheers. Fire, 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 super fire. And something that I like to do, let me show you my little trick. How I like to eat it is I go in with tapatio. I go in with a spicy nacho Dorito. Like that. And then put a dab on it like that. Bon appetit! What you can also do is let it get a little cold. So the more that all the seasonings and the lime and the avocado sit, the more it'll like soak up, get really cold, and then it's perfect to serve. Very good. So that is how you make my guacamole. However, something that really helps preserve your guac is the pit, which is exactly why I told you to keep it, because now when it's time to put it away, you put one pit and another pit, and this should preserve your guacamole for as long as it can. Because in the avocado, what actually preserves the avocado is the pit. So I just do that with my guacamole. And yeah, you can serve it like this. You can take the pits out. You can eat around them. I personally am going to cover this with the top and then put it in my fridge, let it get cold for about an hour, and then serve it. And how I just showed you is exactly how I eat it, with the tapatio and the Doritos. And you are set. So I hope you enjoy your holiday dip. This was so much fun. I'm so glad y'all got to cook with me in the kitchen for the holidays. Honey in the kitchen type. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Happy 9 days.